The following video is crafted with care for the days you might feel like the villain in your own story. For the days that you want to dream big and reach your goals, but you find yourself procrastinating or self-sabotaging because change and unknowns can be scary. I hope that this video helps you find that inner magic that you need to get your happily ever after, because you know what? Those exist in some form or another, and you deserve that happily ever after, and I'm so happy you're here. I'm so happy you're here. You're just in time. I was about to make a latte. Come on in. Oh, hi. Come on.
Years ago in school, I was so excited to sign up for a ceramics class. But I didn't. And you know why? Because I heard that the teacher graded based on what he deemed as good or bad pottery, not effort. I heard horror stories of kids staying after school to practice throwing pots to try to get their grade up to no avail. And if I happened to be bad at throwing pots, that would mean a bad grade and it would ruin my perfect little grade point average. Years later, that GPA means absolutely nothing to me. But how fun would it have been to learn pottery? Maybe today I would be making ceramics instead of painting canvases, who knows? And isn't that a perfect example of perfectionism, which is my preferred flavor of self-sabotage, which is essentially when we become the villain in our own stories under the guise of self-preservation. Maybe there's an area of life that you'd like to change, but the familiarity of keeping things how they are feels safer than actually changing. Maybe you fear failure because growing up, failure meant rejection. Or you fear success because being seen is uncomfy. Perhaps you avoid trying or hoping altogether because you're tired of being disappointed when hopes don't work out. In my own experience, I found self-sabotage boils down to a disconnect between who you actually are or want to be versus who you were told you are. Right? Who you are is a glowing human capable of so much magic. But glowing is foreign in a world that teaches you to be safe or quiet. You were likely taught to trust someone else's false perception of you instead of trusting yourself and your own potential.
I made you a peppermint white mocha latte. Actually, it's a breve. You looked like you could use something a little heavier today. What did I tell you? You can't be on the counter. The people in the comments get mad. We all know that when it comes to this self-sabotage behavior, it can take a bit of soul-searching and healing. And that's the exact journey that the sunset is on in Haven Hollow. She's lost pink, the color, from the sunset. The whole town is in a frenzy looking for her. I think that you'll relate to their journey. Come along.
If you venture off to Haven Hollow, perhaps toward the end of a long day, and peer up into the sky as the sun begins to set, you'll be kissed by the warmest sunset. The sunset is a performer, literally a light in the village. She takes pride in her array of colors and has absolutely perfected her evening presentation. The sunset is cherished as a nightly renewal and celebration of the day lived and the start of a period of rest. She takes her role very seriously, and the villagers love a good show. Tonight is like any other as the sunset prepares the sky for the opening act. The fairies help her wisp the clouds to the side, a clear canvas ready for her magic, an underpainting of fairy dust to really help her colors shine. The sun glides lower and lower until the perfect moment to send a little splash of yellow out onto the stage. You can hear the villagers sigh out the worries of the day as the warm light washes over them and the sunset adds a little orange into the mix, then a vibrant red. The sun sinks deeper, the villagers embracing the cozy evening, lamps turning on and tea kettles heating up,
bedtime kisses on little foreheads, and parents sinking into the silence.
The sunset peers down through her reading glasses and checks her clipboard. All is going to plan, and it's about time for Pink to make her debut to ease the transition from orange to purple.
But everything comes to a dramatic halt.
Because Pink is nowhere to be found. This has never happened. The sunset looks over the village, scours the sky, an uncomfortable ball of orange energy settles in her stomach. Everyone is counting on her. She has perfected the show, and without Pink, the sky will turn muddy. Pink is absolutely necessary for the orange to blend into the purple. Have you ever mixed orange and purple together? It's a muddy brown. And now Purple's growing restless because it's almost her time to go on stage, and she loves her spotlight. And where is Pink? The sunset considers her options as the sun continues to dip. The show has always gone on, and gone on perfectly. Without a backup plan, she makes the only decision that makes sense. She calls off the whole thing. She hisses out to yellow and orange, and they hightail it quickly behind the mountain and out of view, and the warm evening light turns quickly to darkness, and the villagers gaze to the sky, confusion on their brows. The villagers retreat to their homes, and life goes on for all but the sunset and her colors, who you'll find currently crouching at the bottom of the mountain, desperately discussing solutions before tomorrow evening comes. The sunset separates her colors and sends them in search of Pink. They start in the peaceful meadow, as she's been known to spend time among the flowers, but the flowers haven't seen her either.
They check the cherry blossoms and tubs of strawberry ice cream.
The lipstick tubes and pretty bows.
No raspberry lemonade nor bubblegum package are left unturned.
Even the pixie potion.
They found the pixie potion?
Well, no, actually, I'm just reading the script. I think it's still missing.
We need to get an editor.
Where's everything going?
Okay, ladies, I'm doing my best here. Not to mention... You okay? Yeah, okay. It's a little weird. Not to mention, I've been preparing for the next big shop opening. I'm a one-woman show, except for the occasional unpaid labor of my husband, which means I open the shop just a few times a year for 48 hours each time, with prints and originals available. So if you'd like to be notified for the next time that happens, you could join my email list. The fairies will send you a welcome email with my cozy kit, which is like my little passion project, which I don't know if that's fair to say because everything is a passion project for me. This is why we've never given her airtime before. She tends to talk a little too much. Let's get back to the story.
Flyers are hung in the town center, and word spreads quickly that Pink is gone. And you know the villagers, the gossip grows, and all sorts of suspicions are made as to her whereabouts. Evening arrives once again, and the sunset begins in but a few minutes' time. The sunset looks out into the sky, considering her options. A show without Pink, muddy and imperfect. Another production of just the yellow and orange could be too vibrant or maybe even too boring. Or worse, what if the villagers love the vibrant colors and come to expect fresh creativity every night, and the sunset just isn't so sure she can keep up with that? She never wants to disappoint the villagers. And anyway, maybe the stars and moon would like more time to shine? Who is she to steal the show every evening anyway? She's known for her wide array of colors, and that's how she's always shown up in the world. She was taught that a good sunset has all her colors lined up and presents her light with consistency and grace. And before her this evening is chaos and failure. The unknowns are terrifying, the uncertainty debilitating. So she buries her colors and watches as the setting sun sinks from the sky, from a soft blue to navy to night. The townsfolk grow concerned and quite sad as a few days pass. There's never a better sunset than in Haven Hollow, and now they've gone multiple nights without a single drip of color in the sky. Their rituals are thrown off, their whimsy dimmed. The sunset notices the blanket of melancholy and worry that has overcome the hollow. Pink is nowhere to be found, and perhaps she'll never be back. And what then? No sunsets ever? She gathers the colors she has, and as the sun begins to dip once again, the sunset reluctantly sends a flash of yellow into the sky. The onlookers are delighted, hopeful. The sunset breathes a small rush of relief, but anxiety builds because what will happen when the villagers notice the sunset is different tonight? A few drips of orange grace the sky. The villagers settle in their lawn chairs and blankets, basking once again in the evening magic. Orange and purple won't mix well, but perhaps the crowd might like a little green. The sunset has never shown a green before, but at this point, what is there to lose? She sends the blue up into the sky, mixing into the yellows and the soft orange, and a strip of green blends between them. The villagers ooh and ah. The sunset broadens her shoulders. She adjusts her glasses and sends the purple atop the blue to mix into the darkening clouds. And the presentation gradually dims as the stars awaken with a twinkle.
And I do suppose at this point they start to worry a little about Pink's well-being, and they hope she's okay, but this is show business, baby, and the show must go on.
They don't say break a leg for nothing. And tonight's show was exhilarating. It was so freeing to explore a new combination of colors, challenge the rules she grew up learning. The next evening comes quickly and the sunset is ready with a new show. She noticed the colors have extra space to shine when there are fewer in the sky, and maybe that could make for a fun switcheroo. Tonight, she'll send out just the yellow and red. Maybe she'll discover a new shade of orange. Oh my goodness, or a peach. The sun dips, the countdown ticks, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the sunset directs yellow out onto the stage. Its sparkling light circling the clouds and glowing on the faces of the villagers below. Right on beat, red makes her appearance and blends into a creamy coral with the yellow. Claps and cheers echo through the hollow. But just as yellow and red dance into the final glimmer of the show, Pink leaps out onto the stage. Like the true diva she is, she loves the spotlight. The villagers gasp. The sunset clutches her pearls. Pink is back and as vibrant as ever before, and the sky is dancing with a warm, sparkling palette. The presentation comes to a close, and the colors return beneath the mountain to finally ask where Pink has been all this time.
Turns out she was just taking PTO.
She's been at this for years without a pause, and all that expectation to tie the colors together.
Night after night.
Give her a break.
She took a little vacay to visit the pirates and the sirens, and between you and me, she looks like she got a little sunshine. She's more of a flamingo pink than a fuchsia now. It suits her.
And of course, the other colors consider her whereabouts, and commotion ensues because they also want to cash in their vacation time that they didn't know they had. The sunset schedules in time for their rest. Perhaps she'll even take a rest and see how her colors fare without her every now and then. Or maybe allow the dark sky to fade without a show sometimes. It was a little freeing to blend new colors and craft new shows each night, and her colors deserve time to shine brighter every now and then without the rigidity of the whole rainbow. The villagers are elated with the new evening presentations and the vibrant energy of each of the colors, their once predictable lights now showcasing their full range of shades and hues. The sunset embraces the experimenting, the occasional muddy color. She's even started to incorporate the white of the clouds and the sparkle of the stars, playing with her palette to her heart's content, because if all goes poorly, there's always another sunset to present tomorrow night. To collect and color your own copy of Haven Hollow Stories, consider joining us on Patreon.